Otonglo. Play. The narrative pivots around Sada, the play's profoundly reflective protagonist, a man whose consciousness is a living museum of the past. Sada is a sentinel of the analog age, stationed precariously on the cliff edge of the 21st century. The central, shimmering metaphor that governs his existence is the Otonglo, the Dolua word for the 10-cent coin, a symbol, heavy with poetic irony, of an era of humble yet dignified self-sufficiency. The Otonglo represents a time when the mere weight of a few copper pieces could secure a family's rudimentary needs, a time of economic grace now utterly extinguished by the contemporary market's voracious appetite. Sada's present is a cacophony of relentless price inflation, a landscape of extortionate tyranny where simple commodities have quadrupled, quintupled, or even septupled their historical cost. He views the modern economy not as a system, but as a cruel, Darwinian leviathan that swallows the aspirations of the common person whole. Survival, in this new world, is Sisyphean labor, reserved only for the dogged, the determined, and those of unparalleled, courageous will, a brutal process of natural selection where the timid and the unyielding are left to perish. This economic despair is compounded by the technological abyss, a profound and alienating schism that has opened up between the old and the young. Sada and his older guard are the obsolescent firmware in a world of highly electrical, explosive high-tech. They are IT illiterate, non-compliant relics, feeling marooned on a solitary miasma-shrouded island of their own making. Their faces bear the pallor of disgruntlement and hopelessness, their wisdom rendered inert by the sheer, blinding luminosity of the digital age. They are the analog chorus, whispering ancient proverbs into a storm of algorithmic noise. Opposite them stands the digital vanguard, specifically Generation Z and Alpha, a core of individuals who move with the effortless, aggressive grace of self-propelled algorithms. They are the beta generation, dazzlingly sophisticated, assertive, and fluent in the arcane digital lingua franca required by the 21st century enterprise. Their mastery of explosive social media platforms and AI tools makes them appear glaringly knowledgeable and perpetually vibrant, casting their elders as naive and timid specters. This generational division is the play's main dramatic engine, creating a series of confrontations where the ancestral wisdom of the Otonglo era is tragically misunderstood or deliberately dismissed by the instantaneous, ephemeral certainty of the digital youth. The narrative gains its resolutionary momentum not through a sudden, simplistic fusion, but through the advent of a national IT and AI sensitization campaign. This initiative, championed by pragmatic millennials, Generation Y, and empathetic Generation Z leaders, serves as the necessary bridge-building exercise. Its goal is to mitigate the solitary miasma gripping the elders, fostering a space for digital inclusion and creating harmony. The resolution acknowledges the inherent paradox that while the future is irrevocably digital, it must be grounded by the indelible blueprints of resilience, community, and modest aspiration symbolized by the faded, golden memory of the Otonglo. The play ultimately affirms that true survival demands a painful persistence, not merely in the cutthroat economy, but in the enduring, courageous attempt to understand and coexist across a chasm measured by decades and defined by exponential technological change. About the author. ELEGWAH'S, a polymath of letters whose craft has been honed on the whetstone of pedagogy and the crucible of literature, stands as a titan of contemporary Kenyan fiction. For decades, he has navigated the treacherous currents of social justice and the hallowed landscapes of cultural heritage with a steady hand. His narratives, stitched with the intricate threads of native wisdom and the universal echoes of the human condition, resonate far beyond geographical boundaries. This literary colossus, ELEGWAH'S, will unveil Otonglo, Play to the World in September 2026, a work poised to take its rightful seat at the global table of contemporary literature. For international media inquiries, review copies, or interview requests, please contact Facebook, ELEGWAH'S, Instagram, ELEGWAH'S, Twitter at ELEGWAH'S, WhatsApp, ELEGWAH'S, YouTube at ELEGWAH'S Planet Archives 137, TikTok at ELEGWAH'S, email symbol oscarverdi81@gmail.com. Telephone receiver +25472477391 +25476223835.